Hey guys, today we're going to be making these pineapple Dole Whip inspired cupcakes. These are a very nice summer treat and they are delicious and nice and tropical. You guys will love them. So let's get started with the cupcake recipe. This is a really easy 1 bowl cupcake recipe. So you're going to need 1 cup of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1/2 cup of softened unsalted butter. You want to make sure that's at room temperature, along with 2 whole eggs. Now you should have added 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract here, but I forgot to do that and added that later. So you're simply just going to mix this all up. Once it's fully mixed, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of milk and just beat that in. I'm just using a spatula to scrape down the sides and just give it a final mix. And here is where I finally realized I forgot to add the vanilla extract, so here I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm just giving it a quick stir. Now you're going to fill your cupcake liners about 2/3 of the way full with this cupcake batter. And this recipe makes exactly 1 dozen cupcakes. Now you want to bake them at 340 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius for about 18 to 20 minutes. Now we're going to move on to making our pineapple puree. Here I have approximately 2 cups of fresh pineapple, and I'm just pureeing this in my blender. You want it to be nice and smooth. Now you're going to place this mixture into a saucepan over medium-low heat, and I'm sorry about the bad lighting. My stove area has not the best lighting. You just want to bring this to a boil and you want to occasionally stir. Now we're going to be making a pineapple curd with the pineapple puree we just made. So into the same saucepan, you're going to place 1 cup of that pineapple puree, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a pinch of salt. You're going to place this over the heat once again, and you're going to constantly stir it with a whisk. I almost forgot to add the 3 egg yolks. You want to constantly stir this so that the egg yolks don't leave bits of scrambled eggs if it cooks too fast, so constantly stir this and keep this at around medium to low heat. You want to keep on stirring until it starts to thicken. Here you can see the thickened pineapple curd and you know it's done. You want to place it into a separate bowl. You want to let it cool and place it in the fridge. Now moving on to the pineapple buttercream frosting. In a large bowl you want to beat 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. You want to make sure this is at room temperature and you just want to cream it until it's nice and smooth. Now you're going to add 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Here I just added 1/2 of it, along with 1/2 of the leftover pineapple puree. And you just want to beat this together. Here I added the rest of the powdered sugar, and here goes the rest of the pineapple puree. The fresh pineapple puree just gives this frosting a really fresh tropical flavor, which I really like. Now don't freak out if your frosting starts to curdle. Mine definitely curdled a little bit. And it's okay because you're just gonna have to give the pineapple some time to come to the same temperature as the butter. So keep beating it and the frosting will come together. You'll just have to be a little bit patient. Once your frosting is nice and fluffy like this, you're going to place it into a pastry bag. And I put an icing tip on my pastry bag, and that is the Wilton 1M Start Tip. Here I'm placing the cooled pineapple curd into a pastry bag as well. and I placed a round tip on the end of this one. So here is the pineapple curd and the pineapple buttercream ready to go. So by now your cupcakes should be completely cooled. I'm using a cupcake core to core out the middle of the cupcake, so you can also use an apple core or a paring knife. You want to trim the little piece of cake that comes out, so that's a little plug. Then you can take your pineapple curd and you can just fill the little hole in the cupcake. And then place the little top back on. And you want to do that for all your cupcakes. Now you're going to use your pineapple frosting to just frost these cupcakes, and I'm just doing a simple swirl. And this really reminds me of the Dole Whip that you can get at Disneyland. And I love Dole Whip, so I love this. I just love pineapple in general, so I think this is a really great treat for those who love pineapple. If you get the Dole Whip float, they put a maraschino cherry and a little cocktail umbrella on top, so I just did this to give it some more decoration to have it be more presentable, and I think it gives it a really fresh and really pretty look to it. But obviously you could just leave these cupcakes plain as well and they'd be delicious. I placed some of mine into a decorative colorful cupcake liner. And here's the inside of the cupcake. It's really nice and moist with the pineapple curd, and the frosting is really delicious, so I hope you guys can give this a try. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Happy summer! Bye!